Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho Splattered. Always powered by coffee, each and every time. That is the Psycho promise. So, this time around though, we're going to do, I hate waiting to the last minute, and I'm not going to lie, I only found out about this early this morning. And so, today's the 14th, by the way, of July. And so, we're doing a contest response video for Ron Haggerty's Vinyl Sanctuary. That's right. Good old Ron out of Florida there. Really good stuff. He's a really good guy too. I like him. And one of the biggest Overkill and Exodus fans that I have ever known, truthfully, okay? So he goes off and he asks us, what is your favorite band? Best album, worst album, and how many times did you see them? I think you guys maybe are going to know, of course, who Mighty Psycho's favorite band is. I have blurted their praises out. I was a fan of theirs when most people wouldn't even admit their name in the 70s. They were born in late 1965. And what I mean by that is, that was when the auditions were made for a television show that was going to be, half music, half comedy, if you will. John Lennon loved them. He kind of compared them to the Marx Brothers in the mid-60s. And of course that show was only on for 2 seasons, from 1966 to 1968. But their original initial output was from 1966 to the summer of 70, and then they were gone until 1986 and came back, and in essence they were around for a very long time. But now we got one member left. We are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the Monkees. That's right, Psycho's favorite band. Always been my favorite band. They're my favorite band. The Beatles are that close under the Monkees. And then the next one after that is Cheap Trick. Okay, so now you know my top 3. But the Monkees, they always had a special place in my heart since I was about 5 years old. I'm technically a second generation Monkees fan, because your first generation would have been the kids that got to see the original from 66 to 68. So I unfortunately wasn't born until 67, so I'm a little late to the game on that. But thanks to Saturday morning cartoons, boy, they were a success on Saturday morning cartoons. ABC, CBS, anything but NBC for Saturday morning cartoons. They got syndicated out. And if I remember correctly, they showed them until like late 72, early 73 on Saturday morning cartoons. That was part of how I saw them. And then there was a very cool Chicago station called Channel 32, which is WFLD TV. And in the early to the late 70s, they'd have the Monkees with Partridge Family, Banana Splits, that kind of stuff. I'm veering out though. So you want to know, in my opinion, my favorite album. So the Monkees had 9 studio albums, original Cold Gems, 1966 to 1970. We're not counting the greatest hits. 9 studio albums. The first 2 albums were the, quote, Monkees didn't play the instruments. Although there is a couple tracks, Mike plays, secondary guitar, or Peter might, but mostly it was vocals for those 2 albums, okay? By album 3, Headquarters, they broke out of the machine mold, per se. They broke away from Don Kirshner's supervision. Thankfully. So from some people, they say Headquarters is their favorite Monkees album. That's my second favorite Monkees album, because my favorite Monkees album is Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones from late 1967. That's right. Here's the front, here's the back. And no, I didn't pay $3 for this. I actually paid $1. And I know you maybe are wondering, this is a mono. This is a genuine, beautiful looking mono press original of Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. I love every song on here. I would say it's nearly a perfect album. Nearly. Because the only one I really am just not a super duper big fan on is Don't Call on Me. But, you know, we have Salesman, She Hangs Out, Door into Summer, which I think is my favorite track off of here. Love Is Only Sleeping, Cuddly Toy and Words, that's side 1. Side 2, Hard to Believe, What Am I Doing Hanging Around? Going into Peter Percival's Pedersen, Pep Pig Porky, say that 5 times fast, which goes right into Pleasant Valley Sunday. The very awesome and cool Daily Nightly. And this album here was one of the first rock albums to have a Moog synthesizer. Mickey Dolenz was, if I remember correctly, the third person in the United States to have, at least for musicians, to have a Moog synthesizer. Behind Paul Krauss and Buck Owens. Okay? So, and then we finish off with Don't Call on Me, and then Star Collector, which I love that one too. So, this is my favorite Monkees album, seriously. Now, the thing is that I do love the Monkees so much, and I am a huge fan, but, yes, there was a tripping stone, if you will. I was so excited in 1987. Yeah, you know where I'm going on this. In 1987 to find out that 3/4 of the Monkees were going to cut a new album for Rhino Records. We are talking about Pull It. Oh, Pull It. Oh. Signed by Davy Jones, by the way, when I met him in 2005. Here's the front, here's the back. My favorite on here, if anything, is Heart and Soul. Okay, I love Heart and Soul. Truthfully, the rest of it I am not a big fan of. Every Step of the Way is okay. I do not like their version of Reckless Eric's I'd Go the Whole Wide World. Never did like that. I don't like She's Moving In with Rico. Oh boy. And other ones here. Okay, they should have done a better job on this. They left off, if you went and got the 45, if I remember correctly, it's off of Heart and Soul. MGBGT, which was a Peter Tork number. They should have stuck that on there on this album instead of maybe one of the tracks. Would have been a little more livelier, if you will. I know that other demo ones, if I remember correctly, Sea Change was another one that Peter Tork was looking into. I think that would have maybe made the album a little more palpable, if you will. So, worst album, in my opinion, Pull It. So, how many times did I get to see the Monkees? Unfortunately, I only got to see them twice. Believe you me, I tried to get in on that '86 reunion tour, which they had Grassroots and Gary Puckett and the Union Gap for their opening acts. But it was sold out. It was sold out. I think they went to Rosemont Horizon, if I remember correctly. It was either that or Poplar Creek. It was one of the two. I can't quite remember in Northwest Illinois. So I didn't get to actually see them till '96, and I got to see the Davy, Mickey, Peter lineup. That was an awesome show. Really, really was. It was at the Rockford Metro Center in Rockford, Illinois. Being the nerd that I was, tried to get there early to try to see if I could get any autographs. I am led to believe I missed Peter Tork by 5 minutes. Seriously. And I could have maybe get to meet Peter. But then the only other show was in 2013. I got to see the Mickey, Mike, Peter lineup at the Brady Theater in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma, What a beautiful theater. That thing is over 100 years old. Very unusual theater, too. The acoustics were really good, and I finally got to see Mike Nesmith perform. I just thought it was a very beautiful piece of work there. And unfortunately, I did not get to meet any of the band. The closest was I got to meet one of Nesmith's sons, who was it Jason or Christian? I think it was Christian Nesmith, I think. And I got his autograph on the tour book I bought. I did get to meet Davey separately, once in 1988 and again in 2005. So I got to meet him, and I got autographs and a picture with him. And then I got to meet Peter once in '94 in Rockford when he came to Media Play for his solo album. And I got to meet Mickey once in 2010 when he came to Wizard World Con in Rosemont, Illinois. And sadly to say, I never got to really personally meet Mike. I did get a laugh and a wave from him in 13 in Tulsa as they were getting ready to go through the backstage entrance. Each one of them had their own tour bus. I guess it got to that point. But he saw I had a t-shirt on, a Snoopy shirt that said "Chicks Dig Me" with a bunch of Woodstocks all around it. And he got a good laugh out of that. He got to see that. So, but the Monkees, my favorite band. And thank you, Ron, for having this contest. Apologize for going long-winded. But everybody, take care. God bless. Rock on. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Please subscribe to Ron Haggerty's Vinyl Sanctuary. He's an awesome dude, and it's an awesome channel. Take care, everyone.